welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I've been on, and it's been a while since I've done a review. Recently I acquired the new Insta360 X5. Been into 360 cameras for absolute years. Really like the idea of this one, mainly because obviously, as you already know, you've watched umpteen million reviews by now. You can actually change the lenses on it if it gets damaged. Never broke a lens, but there's a first time for everything, so that's why even here I'm going to keep this lens cap on. Now obviously, one thing that really sets all videos apart from the good to the not so good, not necessarily bad, is sound quality. Now again, you've watched loads of reviews on this camera and the built-in mics are really good, but external mics are going to be better. Now again, you've seen that you can actually connect the DJI mic 2 to your Insta360 cameras. You can also connect your DJI mini mic setup. Really quite tiny compared to the original. Great with my DJI stuff, but again it does connect to the Insta, which is great. Recently I watched a video where somebody connected the Abuya mini mic system to it. This one I bought mainly for mobile phone, and that's just tiny, but that's a generic one. These obviously are made to pair seamlessly into the DJI ecosystem, which I really like DJI stuff. But up until now, Insta have not given us that option until now, because I have the Mic Air and it's still completely boxed. I've not unsealed it or anything. It is completely still sealed, and I'm going to swap cameras. We're going to open this up, we're going to connect it to the Insta360 X5, and we're going to test the sound quality on it. Let's go. Right, I've got the overhead, as you can see, Insta360 Mic Air. Now this does come in two varieties. It comes with a transmitter and a receiver, or just the transmitter. Not a massive difference in price, but I just purchased the basic transmitter model for the simple reason, at the moment it is only compatible, I believe, with the X5, but they are going to, through firmware use, alter it so that it will probably work with the Ace Pro 2, and even if we're lucky, the Go 3S. That would be really cool. But let's open this up. Not been set up, nothing, not been unsealed yet, and let's try and see what we've got. So I know a lot of these unboxing videos, they've actually tested it, and I haven't tried it yet. Just your usual bump in there, and in here, well, considering the size of the mic, it's quite a substantial case, and nothing else. There you go. So, in here, if you can open it, that's a really nice waterproof case. In there. Wow. That's the mic. That's really quite cool. So that is tiny. If I compare that to the Abuya, which is also tiny, yeah, they're going to be easy to lose, aren't they? No weight in it at all. Charging ports, I assume, at the back there. on button, and in here we've got a little clip-on lapel, and I'm assuming then that, and that's on your clothes. Right, that's not that way, it's that way. Wow, yeah, that connects on. Yeah, definitely connects. Only connects one way, as you can see. Won't go that way. And then we've also got in here a little plate with Insta on, which again you could put inside your shirt or whatever, and that'll stick on. And we've also got, wow, isn't that the coolest wind muff you've ever seen? That's so cool. So that must line up with the button somehow. Where's the front of there's the mic at the front. So that then must push in there. He says, yeah. And that is your wind muff. Ah, that's brilliant. That's not going to come off in a hurry. Wow, hats off to Insta for really figuring this one out. This is not a half-baked attempt. And then you've got your charging port, charging station, with your 3 pins in there, if I can just get that in the light. And then that lines up, and that's magnetic as well. Superb. Last but not least, there's a lanyard. So, a bit like the Go 3S system, that must hang down inside your shirt, and that clips on. So that's what you get. It's plastic. Yeah, the mic itself is plastic by the looks of it, but I'm assuming that's because it's waterproof. So the Instamic Air, just for this kit that I've got here, is a penny short of 50 quid. So if you're good at your maths, it's 49.99. For the actual mic Air and the one transmitter, which has got a USB-C plug by the looks of it, that plugs into your phone and whatever, it's an extra £20. I decided not bother with that, because if I did want to use one to plug into my phone, I've got this little buoy and I've also got my DJI, so I didn't need that. And it is 7.9 grams in weight, compact as a coin, 48 kilohertz high quality audio with built-in noise reduction, 10-hour battery life. Now I've not charged it yet, and allegedly a 300 meter stable wireless range. Wear it however you like, magnetic clip-on or pendant functionality. So, reading through here, wind, crowds, no problem, advanced noise cancellation and a windshield keep your audio clean even outside. Connects seamlessly, no receiver needed, just connect wirelessly to your Insta-X5. Direct transmitter to camera connection is only supported by Insta-X5 at the present time. It says simple control, smoother shots, trigger video, noise cancelling or mute right from the transmitter. So this is actually a remote for your camera. Stay focused on your shot, not your setup. The moment video trigger again is only supported by the X5 or via smartphone and receiver. Up to 10 hours of shooting time and a receiver that delivers stable audio up to 300 meters. They must have a transmitter then built into the X5, because to get 300 meters surely you'd have to have the separate transmitter, because this must be using Bluetooth, I would assume. It says tested with receiver, noise cancellation off when connected to an X5, battery performance is approximately 7.5 hours, tested in a lab environment with noise reduction off. 300 meters is measured when the transmitter is connected to the receiver in an open, unobstructed, interference-free environment. So yes, you need to use a transmitter to get the 300 meters. Who wants to record to something 300 meters away? All I'm bothered about is my X5 on the end of the most a 3 meter selfie stick. And I'm getting around and doing some video. That's the furthest that I'm bothered about. It does say here, transmission range is normally 30 to 50 meters. That's more than enough. Right, straight off the Insta site, it says, when using the transmitter for the first time, long press the button for 2 seconds. 1, 2. I now have a little blue flashing light. To connect, swipe down, we go to Bluetooth, wherever that is there, Bluetooth, and then we go Bluetooth headset microphone, searching, and that's still flashing. There we go, Insta. You can see that 360 mic air. Click that. Bluetooth headphones connected. It says headphones. So start, stop, record. It gives you the instructions on the screen. That's dead handy. So start, stop recording. Single click button. Enable, disable noise reduction. Double click button. Enable, disable mute. Triple click button. Repair, press and hold for 6 seconds while powered off. So, if I pick this up now, these are too small for my old hands. If I want to start, so single click. In a minute. Check that, got it. Okay. So let's come back out of all that. We're now connected. And single click, and you can see as I'm talking, boo, it's testing across the top. So single click, yay, it's recording. And then if I click again, does it stop? Yes. How cool is that? That is brilliant. Right, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to record some footage using the Instamic Air, and then I'm just going to use some of the internal mic. Testing with the Instamic Air, the insta360 mic Air. Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. Now it's not particularly windy or anything outside, so I can't really test the wind muff or anything, but I can assume, especially with the AI interface, it's going to do pretty well. So now I'm going to stop recording using this again. Single mic on the Insta360 X5, testing 1 2 1 2. What does that sound like? Testing with the built-in mic on the X5. Right, so I've come outside just to test the camera. I've got the mic sitting on my chest, and I'm just going to have a quick walk down. See what it's like. I'm using the new selfie stick, the what do they call it, the selfie stick. I'm using the new insta360 selfie stick, the one where it's articulated and you can spin it round your head to make those fancy videos. So the mic is just sitting on my chest. The camera is about, I don't know, just over a metre away from me at the moment. What does that sound like? My voice isn't particularly dead loud, but testing with the mic. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. I'm now going to switch the mic off and we'll test the inbuilt camera with the inbuilt camera mic with the camera at the same distance. Right, so now I'm using the built-in mic. Yeah, the one is switched off. Same distance, same voice level. What's that like compared to the mic Air? Testing 1 2 1 2. Right, let's go back inside and put it all together. That is the insta360 mic, which is really quite tiny, and compared to the smallest DJI one, the DJI is massive. That is so small and cute. I do like having an ecosystem that just works together flawlessly. Now obviously any bugs and so on are going to get sorted out with firmware, because this is really new. I managed to order it straight from the insta360 site. It took about a week to get here, delivered by FedEx literally an hour ago, because I wanted something to be able to connect straight to my camera, and it does it absolutely brilliantly. Now I'm assuming that you can buy the transmitter separate at some point. The differential in price, as I said, is £20 at the moment. Looking on the website at the moment, the one with the transmitter isn't available. This one is. But it will be interesting to see what this can connect to further down the line, because obviously the DJI stuff, I buy these, and then with an adapter, this one, the bigger one, I can plug it into my Sony. The smaller one, obviously I use it on my Osmo Action and my Osmo Pocket 3. Oops, sorry, camera switching itself off. The buoy goes into my phone. The only thing is with this, you don't want to lose it, because it really is quite tiny. And as I said, let's just try it now. So use this one and the order on my neck, that in there, do, and then there you go. That's on a black t-shirt. You can hardly see that. That is brilliant for when you're walking around with your 360 camera. That's absolutely brilliant. And then obviously I've got this little clip, so I can fasten that on there, and then I can tuck that inside my t-shirt like that when I'm walking around. If I don't want the lanyard, they provide you with this little one. So again, instead of the clip, I can put that on, which is the right way, and he's dropped it down his top. So as I said, the little one as well, I can just pop that inside my shirt, and then you got to make sure it's the right way. That goes on there. How's that look? Is that noticeable? If you blanked out the white writing on it, if you're wearing a black t-shirt that would be completely invisible. But with my older eyes, that is going to be so easy to lose. I just tried it and I dropped it down my t-shirt. So if you did that while you're walking around, I suggest instead you use the lanyard, because that if you're not going to drop that. But if I remove the writing off that, I'm going to end up losing that. But it's a really nice little carry case with everything in it, and I think for the money, Insta360 a real winner. Hope you've enjoyed the review. By all means, ask any questions. I know it's not massively in depth, but it is literally an unboxing with an initial use, and I hope you found it useful. Please consider subscribing. It would be great to increase the amount of people that I've got as on my channel, and a thumbs up is always useful as well. And more important than anything else, until next time, stay safe.